Hey there! So let's level up your English. Today we're tackling two really powerful future forms. The future continuous, which is your will be doing, and the future perfect, will have done. You know, getting these right is an absolute game changer for sounding more natural and precise. So let's dive right in.
So let's get right to it. What really is the difference between saying, I'll be driving and I'll have driven? I mean, they both talk about the future, right? But here's the key. They describe the action in a totally different way. One is happening during a moment and the other is already finished. To really get a feel for this, let's picture a scene together.
Okay, imagine we're looking at a huge stadium. Right now, in this very moment, there are people everywhere, standing in line, waiting to get inside. This is our starting point, what's happening now.
Now, let's fast forward 1 hour into the future. The stadium is totally packed. And if we could peek inside at that exact future moment, what would be happening? Everyone will be watching the game. See that? That's the future continuous. It's an action that's in full swing at a specific time in the future.
Okay, let's jump even further ahead. We're now 3 hours from the start, and wow, the scene is completely different. The stadium is empty. Why? Because the game will have ended. The action is done, it's finished, it's in the past, but from a future point of view, and that is the big difference we're talking about today.
So let's break that first one down a little more formally. The future continuous, the will be doing one, is all about an action that's going to be in progress at a very specific time in the future. Just think about those fans. They will be watching the game. The action started before that moment, and it's still going on. And the best part? The formula for building it is super simple. It's always the same three pieces. You take your subject, you add will be, and then you pop an ing onto the end of your main verb. Subject, will be, verbing. That's it.
And you can use this for all sorts of things in everyday life. You could be daydreaming, right? This time next week, I'll be lying on the beach. Or maybe setting some boundaries. Hey, don't call me at 10 p.m. I'll be sleeping. It's also a really great way to ask a polite question or to announce something that's planned to be ongoing. All right, on to our second form, the future perfect, or will have done. Now this one is all about an action that's going to be completed, totally finished before a certain point in the future. Remember our stadium, by the time 3 hours passed, the game will have ended. The focus here is all on completion. It's done.
And the structure is another simple three-part recipe. You start with your subject, then you add will have, and then, and this is the important part, you use the past participle of the verb. You know, that's the third form, like seen, gone, or finished.
Its main job is to talk about things that are finished before a deadline. Think of it like checking something off a to-do list, but for the future. You'll hear it a lot with phrases like by the time or by next week. So you might say, by the time we get there, the movie will have started. We're too late. Or by next week, I will have finished this book. The action is totally done before that future moment arrives.
Okay, let's put them side by side to really see the difference. Future continuous is about an action in progress. At 5 p.m. tomorrow, I'll be driving home. I'm right in the middle of my commute. But with the future perfect, the action is completed. By 6 p.m. tomorrow, I'll have driven home. The trip is over, I'm home. See? It's all about your perspective. Are you in the middle of the action, or is the action already done?
All right, that's enough theory. It's time to actually put this into practice. For these next few questions, I want you to try and say the correct answer out loud before I show it to you. You ready? Let's do this.
Okay, first one. At 9:30 tomorrow morning, I blank to work. Should that be A, will be driving, or B, will have driven? Think about it. Is the action in progress at that exact time, or is it already finished? And the answer is A. I will be driving. Right, because at that specific moment, 9:30, you are in the middle of the action. Perfect. All right, next question. By the time the guests arrive, we blank dinner. Is it A, will be cooking, or B, will have cooked? Hint, that little phrase, by the time, is a massive clue.
And the answer is B. We will have cooked. Exactly. By the time sets a deadline, the cooking needs to be finished before the guests walk through the door.
Okay, how about this one? This time next month, I blank in another country. Should you say A, will be living, or B, will have lived?
The correct answer here is A, I will be living. We're talking about an ongoing situation at that one precise moment in the future. You're doing great.
Last one for the quiz. By midnight, she blank her homework. Is that A, will have finished, or B, will be finishing? Look for that deadline word again.
And the final answer is A. Of course, she will have finished her homework. Midnight is the cutoff, so the action has to be complete by then. Fantastic job.
So now you've got the tools, but the real learning happens when you use them yourself. So take a second and really think about it. What will you be doing this time tomorrow? And maybe even bigger, what will you have finished by the end of this week? How you answer that really changes how you look at the future, doesn't it? Now go on and start planning it.